Welcome to the Class is Permanent podcast. Today is Tuesday, June 6th, 6/9. And we have an awesome episode here ahead of us, episode 52. It is our big World Cup preview episode. We have a special guest. Let's get into it. Away we go.
Class is permanent! Form is temporary! Form is temporary!
Alrighty. As always, I am joined by my co-host. Pooch, I don't have an introduction for you. How you doing, Pooch?
Good. Did you just say in the intro that it's June 6th?
June 9th.
6/9?
June 9th, 6/9.
Okay, I thought you said 6th.
Yeah, you said 6,
Thank you. Okay, thank
Yeah.
God. Okay.
which isn't right either. So you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good intro. We have someone dear and near to me and Pooch's heart, Mr. Uncle Jim. Everybody welcome James Sherry, Uncle Jim, to the show. Quick clap. Quick clap.
Thanks for
Ji-
having me.
Yeah, we're very excited to have Jim. Most of you guys are aware, probably have not heard Owen's beautiful, sometimes feminine voice. We don't know where Owen is. We know where he is. We have not heard from Owen, which is really difficult because we have no thumbnails. And on top of it, we have no one to organize the games that we play on this show. So maybe Owen was always the glue guy here, as much as we made fun of him for not making edits.
No,
And
Owen
clips.
100% was the glue guy. I don't know. Last time we heard, he was driving with his girlfriend across the country and sending us like texts at like midnight and then radio silence.
Yeah.
So if he's in the desert somewhere smoking hashish, uh, tell him we said what's up. Please come back.
Let's give him a ring real quick. This is always really good podcasting, Jim. Jim's a loyal fan, so he knows how good our podcasting is. But let's see here. There's no chance Owen answers his phone call because he knows I'm going to ask him to do something for us, or he's thinking I'm going to probably bring on another pro player, and that intimidates him. All right, he's wasting my time. All right, well, Owen, wish you the best. But back to introducing Uncle Jim. Uncle Jim is, I would say, the epitome of an American man. Good looking, handsome, sports aficionado, good time aficionado, and pretty much me and Pooch's target audience. So we decided, hey, let's bring Uncle Jim on. He
Also,
has,
real quick, he's a very big Josh Jacobs fan. So
Yes.
if anybody sees him in the street, say, "I'm glad you like Josh Jacobs."
right. Good call.
Now, yeah, you could forego that part. We're on from Josh Jacobs. We've
Right.
moved
That's
on.
your guy. For
Would-
years you've been saying that's your guy.
You have a Josh
Well, I
Jacobs jersey.
guess-
He's the only reason that you don't wear your Jordy Nelson jersey anymore.
Yeah.
No. We
Or
don't
your
have
Brett
that.
Favre jersey.
We don't have that.
Can we rewind on this? I don't get how this shit works.
poor Jimbo, man. Before the show, he was like, I got some jokes and takes for you guys. We told him it's a PG-13 show, and we just rip a Josh Jacobs joke right off the bat.
Oh. But
Jim,
it has been a while, boys, since I've talked to either of you, and I don't know a lot about soccer. I'll be front. I won't front about that, but I did want to congratulate a dear friend. You know, it was a long Premier League
oh
season.
my God, don't do this.
Been a really long run, through ups and downs. And, good things come to those who wait. So congrats, Ethan, 17th place for the Tottenham Hotspur.
Staying up. We're staying up, Jimbo. We are
What a
staying up.
season.
We are staying up,
Kois.
Jimbo. Kois.
Congrats,
you know.
Pooch. Congrats, Pooch.
Thank you, Jimbo. Shout out Mojo Experience too. But thank you for that. And congrats again to Ethan as well. 17th. That is a big accomplishment for Tottenham. I agree, Jim.
Listen.
So we all won this year. Football won. Yeah.
Hey, we stayed up. We have a title run now loading. It was all part of the plan. Some people can't see that. They don't see the vision all the time, but that's all right. Yes, as Jimbo mentioned earlier, he's not the biggest footy guy. But Jimbo, one of the things that has probably made me the most envious in this world is the fact that Jim decided to study abroad in Spain and saw La Remontada live in the building and had no fucking idea what was going on. Jim, you want to walk us through that real quick?
Yeah. So we bought tickets before we went to Barcelona. we all like got together on campus to watch the first leg. And everyone who knew soccer was like, well, for those who don't know, they're fucked. Like, they're not coming back from 4-0. We get there. Everyone's speaking different languages. So I didn't really know who was rooting for who. But then I look back and there's like the plexiglass. The PSG fans are chucking shit over the wall. It was a raucous environment. It was 4-2, I believe, the half.
Mm-hmm.
And we were with some people weren't that interested in the game, just came for the vibes. So they were down, I think it was 3-5 with 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
And the girls on our row were like, yo, we're bouncing. Like, we got to get on the bus. So as we stand up, Neymar scores the first one.
Right.
Make it 5-4. I'm like, all right, we're not leaving now. We got to see this through. And the funniest part too was the soccer knowers were in the row ahead of the football knowers were in the row ahead of us. I didn't know anything about the away goal rule, so I was like, oh, little OT action. Like, this is gonna be fun. Meanwhile, all the actual Barcelona fans are sweating because they would have gone home. That was crazy. That was the most wild sporting event I've ever been to. I was hugging people. It was, kissing Spanish men.
I will never forget. So
we were hugging and kissing. It was a glorious moment. We couldn't move in the bus for 40 minutes afterwards because the streets were packed. It was like Nick's side talk before that, 10 years before.
Yeah, I remember. So I've me and Jimbo have always known each other relatively from the same town, but he's a couple years older than me. I think, a year older than Pooch or two? Just one, right?
A year older, yeah.
Yeah. And we obviously all united together in our fraternity. But I remember when he had come back from, where were you studying? You were studying abroad in Ireland at the time, right? But you happened to go to Barcelona?
We went to Barcelona for spring break my freshman year. So that's why I went to the game. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
but it was a study abroad program for 2 weeks.
Right. So when you came back from Ireland, though, from your official study abroad, I guess the year later, I remember we're talking. You're like, oh, you're a Barcelona fan? You're like, yeah, I was at this sick game, if you remember that, a couple of years ago against PSG. What Jim doesn't know is I was at my theater school in a rehearsal, sobbing on the floor, tears of joy. And meanwhile, Jim had no idea what the fuck was going on out there. But I'm glad.
That was fun.
Yeah. Well, listen, if there was anyone I wish could have experienced it other than myself, I would say it was you. So good stuff there, but let's get into the footy news. First things first, just want to take a moment of silence for Christian Eriksen. Just prayers up. Okay. Thank you. I'm not sure how long a moment of silence needs to be. So I just wanted to make sure
that was probably longer than it needed to be.
It's going to be great when I go to edit this later.
A lot longer than it needed to be.
It's going to be great because I have an option to edit out breaks of over a second and a half. And that's going to sound to everyone listening, literally a second and a half long break. But we just sat here for 4 straight minutes. We just stayed quiet.
Yeah. I did see that apparently the reason why he didn't full on collapse and he kind of just slowly went down was actually his defibrillator was working correctly. That's why. That's what it's supposed to do, is basically it's if he actually I guess it picks up on if you have a regular heartbeat.
Yeah.
And it acts. And so that's why he slowly went down instead of just collapsed like he did the first time. But agreed, prayers to him. It may be time to hang up the boots. If I was him, I don't know if it's kind of worth it going forward for him and his family. But
yeah, he gave it a good run. I do have some bad news statistically, and I want to put this one partially on myself. I've only watched 2 Denmark games ever, and he's collapsed in both of them.
Jesus Christ. Dude.
So I'd like to apologize. Funny enough, I was
Grim
watching
Reaper Ethan.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, feeling bad about that one. I was watching the game with my pops. Was watching actually for our buddy Andrei Hruby. Slava Ukraina.
Yes. Slava.
Yeah, for Ukraine, just to, not going to the World Cup, but just wanted to give him a little support. And then all of a sudden, the camera went to the side, and I was like, oh, no, I did it again. Yeah, obviously heartbreaking. I feel for him, but like Pooch said, at some point, it's time to hang him up, and hopefully this is not something that affects him the rest of his life and just daily life. Super scary, but glad to hear that at least the defibrillator worked correctly there. Modern medicine is incredible. One more thing before we get into the footy. Knicks tape tonight. I got it up right now. Knicks going into game 3. They're going in 2 up on the Spurs. Everyone on here except for one man is a Knicks fan. Jim, you want to say something?
No. I
Well,
think good.
at what team
thought
are
we were
you?
talking
For the
soccer.
people that aren't listening, what's your NBA team?
I thought this was a soccer podcast. What are
It
we doing?
is, but we talk a little other sports sometimes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm a
And
Celtics fan.
you're a Celtics.
Celtics
Well,
fan.
at least they played the Knicks this year. They got out of the first round.
Yeah, good for them. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. We're good.
Yep, we'll move on. Back into the footy news. Jurrien Timber is out for the Netherlands. Sorry about that, Pooch. Geertruida is to replace
Hey.
him.
I view this as two things. As an Arsenal fan, that's great news because that means he's not putting more stress on the legs and he can relax over the summer.
Mm.
On the flip side, the Dutch are my team to win it all, and that really hurts. So, yeah, I don't know how to feel about it at the moment. I don't know if I want to change the pick or not at this point. I feel like I have to stick with the Dutch. So,
It sounds
Um,
like your whole thing was based on Jurrien Timber.
no, I like Van Heck, I like Van de Ven, I like Van Dyke, I like De Jong.
But
I
you're
like their
changing all
team in
that just
general.
for Timber.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna stick with my gut.
Oh, okay.
Realistically, I've picked the Dutch to win last World Cup and then last Euros.
Okay.
So it's
Oh,
more
for-
so it's more so I feel that this team can win it.
Okay.
I just haven't picked the right tournament.
Understandable.
So I'm just gonna keep riding with them until they win it, or until this group of players isn't playing on the team anymore.
Understandable. That's a take. So I
Yeah.
listen. I'm all about you dying on a hill, and you know what?
Yeah,
You've dug your boots in. You have
It
made a
also
nice little
doesn't.
pillow.
Yeah, it doesn't help that I've watched a decent amount of videos and like TikToks over the past 2 weeks saying how the Dutch should have, could have, and would have won those tournaments had the ball bounced a different way. And like kind of reinforcing my idea that they should have won at least one of the past 2 or 3 major tournaments and they haven't. So it doesn't help seeing all those videos, and now I'm in that like content loop where all I'm getting is like the Dutch team doing their like little dance like on the street. Like they do like they call it like the orange dance or something like that, not to be confused with the pro UK Northern Irish group, the Protestants.
Okay.
Don't want to get into that whole thing right now.
Appreciate you not getting into that for us.
Maybe that's a whole other episode, but yeah, it's like they all like line up in the street. They have like a big like double-decker bus that's decked out in all orange, and they play some like Dutch song, and all of the fans that are going to the game, it's like the bus goes first, and then there's like 10,000 fans following, and the song basically is like it's like their cha-cha slide where it's like to the left, to the right, but they're all jumping and going to the left and to the right, and it looks
I've
sick.
seen that. I've actually seen
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw a clip too that they brought over the bus on a cargo ship. So the bus is going to be traveling throughout the US going to the Dutch games. So they can do that.
I think they're up in New York. They're up in Orangeburg at NYCFC's facilities because after Knicks Spurs games too, I guess I don't know if they were just happened to be in the city, but they looked petrified. They just had a bunch of like sicko New Yorkers, as Sherry mentioned earlier, like side talk type of shit running around. And you see like Frankie de Jong is like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
He's like, these people are animals.
Yeah. They played Uzbekistan today at Randall's Island. They won
Really?
2-1 against Uzbekistan.
What a venue to pick.
Yeah, it's NYCFC's 2's
At
stadium.
Icon Stadium.
Yeah.
I know they redid a bunch of that, but I did not realize it was like up to that level. Okay, so the question was, so you are still rocking with the Netherlands, correct?
1,000% I have.
Okay, gotcha. So you're not changing the pick. Just need to make sure you stand
No.
on business because after the tournament starts, we have to be locked in on all our picks.
1,000%.
Similar to our bracket challenge. Going off some of the injuries, Wesley, your boy from Roma, he's out for Brazil.
Just
And
about that.
yeah, Ederson has been called up to replace him, which is kind of weird to me because they're replacing a right back with like a defensive midfielder, which is just like, I guess Wesley was not going to play. Because that's what that indicates to me.
Yeah. Which is bullshit because he should start for that team, but whatever.
Yeah, I can't think of a better Brazilian right back at the moment. Genuinely, I don't know if I'm missing somebody. Are we missing somebody?
I think he's left back too. Like he's
he's
he's bi with
ambidextrous.
it. He's
He's
bi
bi
with
with it. I forgot he's bi with it. That's correct. And happy
Yeah.
Pride Month to all those that
it.
celebrate.
Yeah.
Especially to Pooch. Happy Pride.
Shout out to all the
Mm-hmm.
might want to we might want to cut one about it. Shout out to all the lesbians.
Is there a reason we need to cut that?
I don't know if you want to go with that or not. I'm
walk
fine
it back.
rocking with that.
Don't walk it
I'm
back. Are you
fine
rocking with the
rocking.
lesbians or not?
I'm rocking with the lesbians. Yeah.
All right. The real question is, are they rocking with you?
Think so? Yeah.
I'm kind of curious. Are they? Because they typically do not rock with men.
No, I feel like it's the opposite. In my experience.
You are a big Drewski fan, and he does hang out with a lot of studs.
Yeah.
So okay, all right. This might be something I caught. If you're hearing this, I honestly got too lazy, or I forgot. Because we have a great episode here ahead of us. But still going on the World Cup. Some of the fun stuff I've been seeing. So foreign fans have begun arriving in the U.S. I'm not sure if you guys saw this. The South Koreans are down in Mexico, and they had some dude just like essentially keg standing on a bucket of tequila. Awesome. We
Yeah.
need more of this. This is what unifies the world, when people share their drinking cultures. You have, I saw some of the Germans, I think they're in like Kansas City or something. I'm not sure where. They're like Midwest. One dude was like, they put a cake in a milkshake and I'm drinking it. And it was like, this is awesome. They have like burgers on the table. They're eating like a fast food joint, and they have like, I guess, I don't know, like a Blizzard type of shake. And he's like, whoa. Yeah, we fat over here. We're going to eat some shit.
You got to clean up that German accent. We got a few weeks or a few days before this.
I didn't come prepared for it.
tournament.
Einen Bleistift nicht.
You know what? I'd prefer not to be confused with the German, so I'm kind of okay with that. I'll go down
Fair enough.
swinging. But let's get into it. Again, today should be a shorter episode. We're going to just let it fly today. As you can tell, we don't have much prepared. We're just excited for the World Cup. And with that being said, I'm going to turn the floor over to Jimbo a little bit. Jim, I know you have some questions for us. We want to be able to answer your questions, make sure that you and the common man are prepared for the World Cup. You have the info you need. Maybe get off some takes off your chest and we can verify valid or not.
Yeah. It's a healthy mix, but I wrote down 10 questions, burning questions I had ahead of the tournament. And the first one's a little more housekeeping for folks like myself. So it's called playing or not playing.
Good. I like
Is Ronaldo playing
Yes.
in the tournament?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, cool. How's his form?
Not
Good.
good.
I know he's making like $3 billion a practice or something, but
Pooch, you're gonna say his form is good?
Yeah, he has good form.
Interesting.
He just won the title in the Saudi League, one of the top 6 leagues in the world.
That's a take. Jim, he is essentially, remember we talked about how I might be playing in a middle school varsity league? That's what he's doing in Saudi Arabia. And he's struggling a little bit. He's a little washed. But you never know with a guy like that. He could show up and have a great tournament. I think he's going to probably have a shit tournament. It's going to be a bad look, but he's still running around.
Yeah. You seen the video on Twitter, like the old ass dog trying to like rake sand?
Yes.
That's what we're going for? Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit of that. Yep. That's good.
All right. Messi playing?
Yes.
He's starting or coming off the bench?
Starting. Messi is a cult hero for those. Not a cult hero. He's obviously a legend. They have another guy has come out and essentially said again that they are going to die for Messi. So he is there. We talk about dictator Mbappe. Messi is President Messi. They all love him. He's good vibes. He actually helps the team. They all absolutely will die for him. That Argentinian team, they may not win the World Cup, but they're going to die trying. We're going to have 26 casualties if they don't.
Remember when he retired like 10
Yes.
years ago from international? He was like crying shit.
Yeah, he got pissed off. Understandable. Hey, we all crash out every now and then. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. All right. Neymar, is he playing?
In the tournament, will he play?
Yeah.
I don't know. He'll get a couple minutes.
Yeah, he's for Brazil.
Riding
And-
Pine?
Probably.
Most
He's
likely.
Washed.
He's-
washed.
He's going to like come in. If they use him correctly, it's like he could get you like 15 probably really solid minutes. But like if you're expecting him to start a game and finish it, the dude is just like injury prone, made of glass. The SpongeBob meme, guy in glass like that. Every day I break my bones. That's pretty much Neymar. He jogs on the field and all of a sudden that hammy falls off the bone like some Kansas City barbecue.
Yeah. Damn. You might have the Christian Watson thing. You know where like one's stronger than the other?
I did not know that about Christian Watson. So interesting. Christian Watson, do you better football player or man?
Football player.
Okay. Josh Jacobs.
Most certainly football player.
just wanted to clear that up. No problem. No problem. He's a very good football player. It's a
mean-
high bar to reach to be a better man than football player at his level.
It's like top 1/10 of 1% make the NFL in all the world.
Right.
So, that's where we're trying to get to as person. Hard to do. Jacob's not doing too well at that, but like for Christian Watson, for what I've seen, what I've heard, nothing bad. Just hard to do.
Just hard. Hey,
1%.
understandable.
1%.
Understandable.
All right,
Totally.
glad we cleared that up. Suarez, the
No.
biter.
Not playing. Certified
Nah.
washed. Probably in the same
Did
shape
not
as me
make
at the moment.
Yeah.
Punk. All right. Those are the 4.
Okay.
Just some general housekeeping. We're getting warmed
Good.
up. Second question I had, and Pooch, you'll like this one. No, you won't. How many PKs will England miss in the tournament? Over under 2.5.
Ooh, I like those lines. I'm going to say under. No, over. They're going to be in a PK shooter. I missed it more than that. Over.
That's what I was
Ooh.
banking on.
I think that line is set perfectly.
Yes, it really is. Why is it set so well?
Yeah, that's
Because
like a
every time I watch
perfect line.
England, they miss a PK. That's why.
I know, but like it's just a perfect line because like Ethan said, they have a history. Like that is like their history right there is getting to a PK shootout in like a semifinal or a final and then shit in the bed. However, they brought along a few guys that are going to be like penalty kick specialists that are known for penalty kicks. Like they have this one guy, Ivan Toney, who plays
he
in the
actually-
Saudi league.
Yeah, that's
And,
like his
like,
job.
Yeah, the only reason they brought him was so that if there's a PK shootout, he's on the field to take a PK. So it feels like they're trying to flip that script and add more guys specifically for PKs. But like you said, like that line is tough. Like the whole tournament, I would probably go over as well.
I'm going to be honest. It's just in England's history. If Tony comes on the field to take a penalty, he's missing. Just like if there's I don't know if you could even bet that. If you can bet that, I would fucking bet that. Obviously, you need him to get on the field and be in a position to take a penalty. But if he is, just bet it because that's always how that shit goes. They're like, oh, he's never missed a penalty. That's why they're subbing him on with cold legs and hasn't touched the ball since warm-ups. And then he comes on and just shanks it. And you're like, why would you bring on a guy that hasn't touched the ball in like 2 hours to take a huge kick under a ton of pressure? I don't know. That was a good line.
I hate that strategy. Like, what other sport would that? I guess pinch hitting in baseball, or I guess relief pitcher, but that's like your whole career, so it's different.
Yeah.
But what other sport is like in the most pressure-filled moment you haven't played at all? Come on in.
It is probably like pinch hitting and like that in extra innings in a playoff game.
Yeah, and
Where
like
it's
you need to. It's like 2 outs, man on third. You like need a single.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all the pressure in the world. If you don't get the single, the game's over. But
That's
so
like-
yeah,
You haven't. You're Nestor Cortez. You haven't pitched in a month, and the bases are loaded against Freddie Freeman, and they bring you in.
that's exactly that.
That happened.
Good analogy there, Sherry. That's why we have you around here, helping us bridge the gap between the Americans and us, the footy
The
knowers.
Canadians. Oh.
Most certainly. All right. Question 3. Oh, I like this one. Would you rather be a foreign tourist trying to figure out Secaucus Junction to go to the final, or be a Fox studio host who has to hang out with Alexi Lalas?
Oh,
Fuck.
foreign tourist.
Foreign
easy.
tourist.
Not even a question in
Yeah.
my mind.
Alexa Lalas fucking sucks.
Yeah, I can't believe Thierry Henry signed on to do that. He's working with Lawless for the whole
Oh,
tournament
that's gonna
for Fox.
suck.
Yeah,
We're gonna hate
like,
each other.
I can't believe he must be getting paid the bag because I would tell them I need that money today in my bank account. Like Thierry Henry's won everything, and he's gonna sit next to Alexi Lalas saying, "Thierry, I think you're wrong. I think they need to be doing this." And it's like, what have you done? Like, what do you know?
Yeah.
Thierry Henry is
At
going to
least
be
Micah
like,
Richards is funny. Alexi Lalas just thinks he's like the smartest guy. I'd last 2 games.
he just looks for whatever the worst take possible is. And he's like, fuck it, let it loose. He's pulling contested threes, double teamed every single time. Every single time.
Yeah.
He's like, they're going to be like, oh, who's been your player of the tournament? And he's going to pick Tim Payne from New Zealand, who got knocked out in the group stage, and somebody has 15 goals and set a record. He's like, I really, you just got to go back to Tim Payne against Cote d'Ivory. What a performance he put in at right back. That one game's enough. And TT is just going to be like, who the fuck are you? That wasn't a good French accent. I'm gonna mute myself.
With all of that being said, though, we are sellouts, and if Lawless does want to come on the pod, he's more than welcome to.
Would love to have him on.
Yeah,
Great
Alexi.
content.
Yeah.
American hero.
American.
Better football player or person?
Patriot.
Fuck. Honestly, probably a better Patriot than anything there. We gotta give it to him there, man. That dude's rocking with 47.
I love how he acts like you. Didn't they make like the round of 16? And he's like, you would have never lasted a day in the 94 squad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They act like that 94 squad like won 3 World Cups in a row and like was the best soccer team to ever exist. He's
Bro,
like sitting there. Oh my God.
If you made your varsity high school team in 94, you probably could have walked onto the U.S. men's national team.
Yeah.
All right. Like,
they didn't have a league. There was no like professional league in the U.S. at that time.
They had like 30 dudes playing soccer in the U.S. at that time, and they needed to get a team down to 26. They cut the 4 dudes who were just a little out of shape. Me and Pooch would have probably, no disrespect, Pooch runs a lot, but we would have probably just gotten cut from that team.
Yeah.
That's kind of where they're at. I mean, I will give it to
They were
Lawless.
probably running like, you got to think between OJ, Pablo Escobar, and the 94 team. They're like the third most important story that month.
Dude, not to mention, the Knicks were in the finals, similar to this year, by the way.
Yeah.
There was what was the other big championship at that time? Oh, the Rangers.
So
the Rangers.
all happening on the same day too.
Yep. Good Netflix documentary. We're big documentary guys. Jimbo knows that.
What's your favorite one?
I'm going to be honest, and you just brought this one up the other day. The Boss, the French national team one from 2010. That World Cup, I was 10. It's really the first one I properly remember, and I had no idea about any of that. I was just so locked in on Spain. I had no idea that France capitulated. Good word. The way they did, and the fact Pooch told me about the horoscopes. I couldn't believe that was real. I thought you were fucking around with that. He really was picking. What did he say? He left off all the Tauruses or something.
I think the Scorpios.
It probably was the Scorpios. Yeah, insane. And then,
you know how you ever get in an argument, especially when you're middle school, high school, and then later in that day you're thinking of all the fun rebuttals you could have had.
Yep.
I feel like that's what that guy's diary was. They kept flashing to that, and I was like, "Dude, you're the coach. You can say anything." And he's like, "Nah, I'm just sending people home. We're gonna lose every game."
My favorite thing is how he just kept writing, he is such a jerk. He just kept calling people a jerk. It's like, all right, man, just call him a poo-poo head next. You know what I mean? Fuck you, dude. That was awesome. And they had
Sherry. I was just going to continue the documentary discussion. One thing that you should watch, because I think you would like it, go on YouTube and just search BBC, undercover soccer documentaries.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you.
And there is old footage of these undercover news reporters going with these England fans to away days in the heyday of hooliganism, and just seeing firsthand accounts of them getting into fights with the Belgians or stuff like that. It's crazy that they got it all on comms. So I think you'd like that. And then also for both of you, another soccer documentary that I just watched, the Vinnie Jones one.
Yeah, I need to get into that one.
That one was a good one. He's basically an old school hooligan slash or he was a soccer player, but he basically I think had the most red cards, a stat that still stands to this day in Premier League history. And he was just basically on teams to knock guys' heads off.
Just a bad dude.
Doc. Yeah.
Write him down. Hey, I have to revise Pooch. If you remember, it's got to be 2-3 years ago, the Beckham documentary. I was like, this Fergie guy sucks. What a real stick in the mud. I watched his documentary too, in preparation for learning a little more about the beautiful game. I could see why they just would not get along. I mean, that's oil and vin. Yeah.
It's Nick Saban and Caleb Williams.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing in common. He was like fresh out of like the coal mines, and then David Beckham,
Yeah, David Beckham's worried
What's-
about like Ice Spice or whatever the fuck her name was.
Posh Spice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm not tapped in Pooch Happy Pride. All right, Jimbo. Next question.
Dude, that's not even a pride question.
That's
Posh,
just pop culture.
Posh Spice in the 90s was
Pooch Wood.
Posh Spice in the 90s? Yeah. Posh Spice now, yeah.
Buy with it.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is a good one. Ethan, you want 5 or 6? I'll give you a wild card.
Give me 5.
All right. Is our humidity going to be this year's vuvuzela?
Yes, that is
I've
a great.
seen the Europeans look concerned about 80 plus
Yes,
Fahrenheit.
100%. That's a ball knower question there, Sherry. That's how I know you're looking at the deep analytics. Yeah. So what a lot of people don't realize is obviously in the UK, like when they hit like 33 degrees Celsius, I think it's like 75 degrees out, or it's like 80 degrees out. It is going to be much hotter here. Like even in New York. I mean, England's down in Florida training, which I actually think is going to give them an advantage because they're going to be a little bit more used to the heat. Some people may say they're going to be more tired, but I think it was some of the English fans during one of their friendlies here. The fans in the crowd were like, holy fuck, this is the hottest I've ever been in my life. Like they were like legitimately could not believe how hot it gets. And I think, and this is going to go into some of our predictions, this is where the conditions for Mexico, USA, Canada, a lot of the South American teams, where they may have a little bit of a leg up on some of the European teams, like especially a team like Norway. I'm now looking back and I'm like, Norway might have a hard time here, man. They are not used to this heat. And that's like, I don't know. When you get hit by heat like that, it's like when you get hit with a, what does that guy do, Pooch, that you love? Computer? Hit him with a Biden blast. It's like that, but hit him with a heat blast.
I love that guy.
Yeah. Oh, Pooch has a good time. Pooch gets 2 beers in him, and then we start hitting each other with firewalls and shit. But no, I think the humidity and the heat is going to be a massive factor. And we talked about it in the last episode, especially in Mexico with the altitude. And is it Mexico City or is it just throughout Mexico in general, Pooch?
Mexico in general, but I think Mexico City definitely.
Right. It's like playing in Denver, but it's like 98 degrees out. So you can't breathe and you're also hot as fuck. Typical Friday night.
Yeah, I'll also add on to that, Sherry, that thunderstorms I think will be an impact too. Because in the US we're used to it where it's like, hey, we have all these thunderstorms where it's a 30-minute delay, like all of that stuff. In Europe, they just don't really have thunderstorms, I guess, because you never see delays during like soccer matches for like, hey, there's lightning in the area. So that's another thing that could come into play where if a team is down 1 goal in like the 70th minute and they need a goal to come back, they get a 45-minute to an hour break to kind of, hey, let's regroup, let's go over this. They could score 2 goals in those last 20 minutes and win the game. Like basically it kills momentum any teams have. So that could be another factor too.
That's a
In-game
ball number
parlays.
question. Make sure you keep that as well. The African teams, because they obviously play in such heat as well. They may have a little bit of a leg up too. So that's something to keep in mind as
And
you
the
guys
South Americans.
Right, South Americans, pretty much everyone but the Europeans, and I guess the
Yeah.
Asians. I don't know, like the Asian climate, like Japan. Are they going to be in trouble? I feel like they gotta have like normal heat too, right? I don't
No
know.
clue.
If you're Japanese,
It
tune
Owen.
in.
depends.
Oh, and look that up.
Computer.
Yeah, that was always good about Owen. Owen would always have these like random facts, but yeah. Quick moment of silence for Owen, actually. Okay, we're done. With that one, a little bit shorter than Christian Eriksen's respect to Owen.
Next question. I don't know if you guys saw this. Did you know that Leo Messi has played in Kyle Field before Georgia football has?
I saw that. How was that possible? I guess it's just SEC scheduling
I don't know.
because they're both in the
A&M's
SEC.
been in the SEC since 2012, and Georgia has never played a road game there.
That is actually crazy.
And all we hear about is the big bad SEC.
Investigate the SEC. But I will say, the way that this World Cup would have been peak is instead of playing it in like professional football stadiums, they should have just been doing this in college towns. Like, imagine you go down, and we all obviously a great trip down to LSU. Imagine you just go and you have just a bunch of like Swedish dudes at Tigerland. You know what I mean? Like just having the time of their fucking life. They have Shaq on DJ by the way, because I guess
Mhm.
he just
DJ Diesel, baby.
yeah, he just has a set there every weekend. We didn't know that. We just walked in and Shaq was DJing, which was awesome. It was really bad, but it was cool to see the big man, still on the ones and twos.
Living the dream. That would be
I
a
also
logistics nightmare.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Hey, not for our boy Ranj. We're in.
He can make it back.
Safe
He can
ride
clean up.
home.
Yeah. Got
I also
baby.
think I'm looking at it right now. Argentina tomorrow plays at Jordan Hare, Auburn
awesome.
Stadium.
That's
So
awesome.
they play Iceland at Jordan Hare tomorrow at 9 p.m. at night. So
Bro, those poor Icelandic dudes, bro, they have no idea what fucking hit them when they go down to SEC country.
yeah, they may fit in.
Dude, living in DC, people have been like, well, of course we didn't get like a bid. Like people would have to drive to Landover, Maryland to watch a game. And then now that like the teams are arriving, it's like Spain, this touchdown in Chattanooga. I was like, all right, I think we could have gotten one fucking game.
Yeah.
They're playing
That's-
games in Canada.
45-47 didn't want that, I guess.
And didn't they decide this like years ago?
No, they did, but he's been given a lot of issues to like Iran. Like Iran's national team has had like crazy visa issues, so instead of being in the U.S., their base camp is now in Mexico. The Congo, like they're having a bunch of issues where I think a Congolese referee has been completely denied a visa.
Somalian.
It was a Somalian, that's right, and they got him a diplomatic visa, like the Somalian embassy, and then the U.S. denied that too. Hey man, say what you want about the guy, but let me tell you, that border's secure. No one who ain't supposed to be here, and you know what? He's trying to help the U.S. too. Listen, those Iranians, a couple of them have some good players, so he's just doing what he can, support the boys in the stripes. But again, we always disavow on this end.
Yeah, no comment. No polite ones.
Next question.
Yeah, next question.
Yeah, how do we get
Oh.
onto that? What was that question? Weather related? And we ended.
That was the Georgia
had-
football one.
Okay.
That's
I
Ethan's
guess I
third
could-
45-47 reference for those.
Yeah.
I'm
who
watching the
dragging
Knicks
home.
game, and he's at the Knicks game, man. It's just on my head.
Is
He's
he on the
already
McAfee alternate broadcast?
You just know McAfee is just doing microaggressions the whole game.
Next question. Matt Turner. Is he
Mm.
still the goalie?
We don't know who's going to end up starting, but Matt Freese from NYCFC has kind of like won the job as of recent times. But if Turner starts like game one, I wouldn't be surprised. Like he may go with the experience, but I think if you're going purely off form and talent, it's probably Freese, the Iceman.
Iceman, baby.
Yes, sir.
Well, my question was Matt Turner. I've seen a couple clips of him making some egregiously terrible plays in goal. Does he
Yeah.
have a Rob Green moment or a Tim Howard Belgium moment?
Closer to Rob Green.
It's gonna have to be closer to Tom. Yeah, he's not like Timmy Tourette's. That dude was literally spazzing out there making saves. That's probably one of the most American performances I've ever seen in my fucking life. That and Joey Chestnut every single year going against Kobayashi and just saying, I'm going to throw more
Yeah.
dogs than you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They did it for
Well,
us.
All right. Matt or Iceman, we salute you. All right. Next question. So my bachelor party, right?
Mm.
July 16th to July 19th.
Yes, sir.
Audience is not invited, but we'll let you know how it goes. You both are. The third place game is on that Saturday. What is your dream third place game?
Ooh,
Not final. Third place game.
that's a really good question. No one's really ever
You
thinking. The third place game becomes very irrelevant often at these tournaments where like it gets played and people are just so focused on the final. That's a good question because that is, you should be able to get some good footy in that.
Yeah. And you got to think, too, we're going to have some more casuals there. We want some goals. We want a name or two.
Yep.
My personal dream one for that is Senegal Morocco. A
Oh my God.
rematch of AFCON.
Oh
The
my
AFCON
God.
final.
That would be incredible. For just Sherry, you're probably not aware, but they had an explosive game where Senegal walked off the field in extra time and essentially
In the AFCON final. Like
In-
the Africa, like the Euros for Africa.
Yeah.
They had it in January. And basically Senegal felt that a few decisions were kind of a little BS. And the way because Morocco was home, they had the ball boys taking the Senegalese goalie's towel, like all of this like little like gamesmanship stuff. they finally were done with it when Morocco in extra or in like stoppage time got a penalty. They were like, we're done, it's over. They walk off the field besides a few of them. Finally, after like a half hour, the players come back out. They let the Moroccan guy take the penalty. They didn't call off the game. They just said, okay, go take the penalty. He misses the penalty. They go into extra time. Senegal score and win. Months later, so like around like March, April, Morocco actually get awarded by FIFA the trophy. They say that the game shouldn't have been allowed to go on. Senegal walked off, all of this stuff. So Morocco get awarded the AFCON trophy. Like in the history books, it's going to say Morocco, even though they technically didn't win the game. Senegal then basically brought the trophy to a military base, had a bunch of guys with guns around the like guy who's in charge of soccer for Senegal, and basically said, "Come and take it." If Morocco really won,
They
so
put it in
those
like their
countries,
military base, like right in the
yeah,
middle, and like
yeah,
started put. And it was the aura was insane. Like
yeah.
they
So
had pictures of it.
Dude,
Oh
why
my god,
why do we lead Sports Center then with like, where's Giannis going when stuff like this is going on?
exactly,
that's what we're here
exactly.
for. That is what we
That's
are here
We
for.
got to grow the
Jimbo.
game.
exactly.
Expand. That would be an amazing.
Even if those two don't even make the knockout, they should just play on that day so we can.
That's why I'm saying, like you said, dream. Like normally, like Ethan was saying, third place game. Everybody's like the players too. I'm sure they're like, I want to get third place or whatever. But
I
it's
don't think
like
I've ever
clearly,
watched the third place game.
yeah. Like
Me
it's
neither.
clearly like nobody's up for it. Like it's like let's just keep the ball around. If we score, great. If they score, whatever. That game would legitimately be a World Cup final atmosphere.
That would rival the final.
Yeah.
Like legitimately. I mean, obviously, like if the final is like Spain France or something, it's going to be an incredible game. But like that would rival it in the sense of like people would tune in and the storyline would almost be better because it's just tense. It's literally like I don't know. What else could be good? Like Argentina Portugal. And getting like Messi versus Ronaldo and like one last square off. A lot of people that want that in the final. I don't know if it's even possible based on the bracket, but that's like the type of shit like people would want. So good question there. Talking about third place game, something I've always found funny. It's funny that the team that finishes second probably feels worse than the team that wins third.
Yeah, because
You know what I mean?
they also present you get like the trophy right after you lose, right? You just walk on stage.
Exactly. It's right then and there. It's a whole thing. So the team that wins third, it's like, oh, we have to play one more game. And like, you get like, oh, okay, we came in third. Yay. Like we were the best of the worst. And then like this number, the team that came in second, they'll only ever remember just coming in second. They get a medal, but like, you don't want that shit. You're the first loser. I guess last loser. I don't even know what that's called, but.
Did you guys watch the Olympic documentary about the U.S. basketball team?
I feel like I didn't watch the whole
Olympic
thing.
Well, basically they I can't remember if it was like the day before or like a couple of hours before, like Serbia played the bronze medal game,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just partied until the gold medal ceremony. So like France is all dejected, Wemby's upset, like the U.S. is celebrating, France is getting their silver medals, their heads are all down, and then the Serbian team is just hammered, like walking onto the court. Like,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I'd much rather win third place. Yeah.
100%. You know, ball. Good question though. Everyone always only worries about the final, but that's a very good question. I like that. What is your dream third place game? That's just got to be a pure
third place game.
Hey, you got that. Just needs to be. I don't want to see talent in that game. I just want to see hatred.
I like it. Similarly, why did they add the round of 32?
Money.
Ads? Yeah. Okay.
Money. No one wanted it. Italy still couldn't qualify even with it. Yeah, transfer. Like, I will say for smaller countries, it's got to be awesome. Like you'll have this year, like Cabo Verde and Curacao in it, who never would have qualified without this. But at the same time, it's like if we're doing the college football, right, to relate it back to American sports as we try and do, expanding. If you're going to expand the playoff, you know, some people, and I don't side with this, but this is their argument. It's like, well, we don't need just like random conference winners in there. That it's unsafe to play against. I don't know if you remember that. I think it was, who was it that they said it was James Madison or something playing against like Notre Dame. They're like, oh, it's physically unsafe for James Madison to play. It feels a little bit like that where you're like, well, if you're going to expand it, like you should probably just put like the best teams in it. But at the same time, like, I'm a man of tradition. We don't need to start fucking things up. The World Cup was awesome as it was. It's going to get very convoluted because you're going to have games going like all day, which is great. The problem is I think some of them are overlapping. So you can't just sit and watch 3 straight games. It's going to be like this one starts and then this one's midway through, and it's just very frustrating because normally you'd be able to, if you're unemployed like myself, you'd be able to just sit and just watch ball, and they're robbing us of that this year. So it always goes back down to FIFA being a very well-run organization, not corrupt at all, good people in that building that are not money hungry. I think they're a nonprofit, to be fair. So they're not trying to make money, just a nonprofit.
For them. I either thought it was that or like so the U.S. could win a knockout game, and
That would be
on the home
awesome.
turf. But speaking of which, what is their floor and their ceiling?
I'll let Pooch rip this one.
Because context, right? They scored what felt like 0 goals for like ever in the last one, and didn't make the one before. The last like great memory I felt for like U.S. soccer was men's soccer. Was Dempsey kind of clutching up in the Tim Howard game in 2014.
Mhm.
Ever since then, it's just kind of like, I don't know, not a lot of like iconic moments, one would say. So what is the ceiling and the floor looking like for the lads?
Yeah, I think ceiling has to be semifinal, quarterfinal, semifinal, just based on who they get in the quarterfinal. Um, I could see them if they rock up and they play a certain team in the quarterfinal. I think they could beat them, but I would probably say quarterfinal ceiling. Floor has to be round of 16. They have to get out of the group and win a knockout game, the round of 32 game. That if they can't do that, they have to burn it all down again and rebuild for 2030.
Put in perspective, the U.S. I think is ranked, and in FIFA's rankings are always a little convoluted too because it could get kind of weird. The U.S. is ranked like number 15. So if we're talking round of 32, you should, just on paper, you should be making the round of 16, right? You're a top 15 team. Like Pooch said, I mean, you gotta get out of your group. Whether you top it or not is what it is. But after that, it's like you got to win 1 or 2 games, especially like on home soil for I think the whole thing, right? Yeah, they would be essentially on home soil the entire way if they were. And I think something people got to remember too is like home field advantage is huge, but it also is only to a certain point. Like some people are like, oh, like the Americans are home, it's going to be massive. I'm like, yeah, but like if you're a shit team, you're a shit team. Like playing at home isn't going to like put 5 better players on the field for you.
It's also like we've seen it not only in soccer in the US, but also other sports too, where like even if the US play Mexico and Las Vegas, like for whatever, like Nations League or Gold Cup, the Mexican fans outnumber the US fans in that
Yeah.
stadium. So we don't have a great history in these like massive stadiums of showing up fan wise. So I don't know. I mean, against some, like if we play a Bosnia, we're going to outnumber the Bosnians. But if we play a team that travels well, like in England or a France or an Argentina, Brazil, like we will probably be outnumbered on home soil. And that's just a fact.
The tricky part is too, is like Pooch said, is remembering also the way that tickets are allocated and the way that works. American fans aren't really expecting to get that far. So there's going to be more Americans in the building than anything because it's, again, home soil, easiest place to get to. Some people are just buying tickets to buy tickets. But like if you're a Spain fan, a France fan, a Portugal fan, say the U.S. does make it to a semifinal, you may get outnumbered just on the fact that those fans bought tickets early, thinking their team would be there. So like, maybe in the earlier rounds, yeah, you'd be able to beat a Portugal like fan-wise. But later in the tournament, like at least with my family, like I know I have tickets to go see Spain in the semifinals, ideally on that side of the bracket. So like I know there's going to probably be a shit ton of Spaniards there. If say, I don't know, the U.S. wouldn't be on the side of the bracket, but you know what I'm saying? There's that building is not going to just automatically change to American fans. And I think that's where it could get a little tricky. It's also with the price of tickets, I think we're gonna have a lot of like, I don't want to call it MSG situations because of MSG, but like you're gonna have a lot of people that don't really give a fuck. Like that are just there because it's like a fun game.
A lot of suits.
And I think when we're talking home field advantage, you like if tickets were reasonably priced, you have a shit ton of proper American fans because they would know what's going on in that. But the fact it's all suits, that doesn't really help you home field advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So I think just going back to the original question of what the floor and the ceiling, I think the ceiling is like Pooch said, like I don't know. I every day I kind of go back and forth like this team is shit, this team is good, this team is shit. I think like in my predictor at some point, I think in the quarterfinals we play Argentina. Sorry, I think it was round of 16. Round of 16, we play Argentina. Like that's a game that, and maybe this is me now underrating the Argentinians. Like I could see the U.S. stealing it. I could just see him stealing it. Like the vibes, Messi being a little older. This Argentinian team, I think, is kind of weak compared to older ones. But it could also be a game where Argentina beat us 4-0. And I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, I should just be happy we're in the round we're in. So it's a very 50-50. It is kind of our golden generation, which sucks because you want to feel a little more confident. Like the Belgians in the past couple of years, they were famous for having their golden generation. And those guys genuinely, people were like, if you said semifinals, people were like, yeah, 100%. Like that's the expectation. This team getting out of the group might be a success, depending on how they perform.
Variance is crazy.
Yeah.
We'll see. And that kind of leads me to my last question. A little more
Mhm.
serious than I would have liked, but these things ebb and flow in a beautiful way. Walk me through, as someone who's an outside observer,
Mhm.
state of pay for play in the U.S. soccer ecosystem. You guys are close to it. Where are
Mhm.
we at? Are we getting rid of it? Are we getting better? Will we compete one day for golden glory or no?
That's another ball knowers question. I'll kind of start off on this one. I think it was probably in its prime of being like horrible a couple of years ago. I'm not fully in the loop with MLS Next because it's a new thing, but I think that a lot of what the U.S. is trying to do is go to a little bit more to the European model of like more like academies, having like scholarships to pay for players, and really just giving the best talent opportunities. But there's also like it is a huge money grab. Like, if you know what you're doing and you could get a team into MLS Next, you can charge people upwards of $10,000 a year for their kid to play. And if you have teams from U9 to, U19 or whatever, and you have 20 kids per team, you guys can do the math. Each, you know what I mean? Like, you right there can have 10 age groups, 200 kids, 200 times 10K. And that could be more, right? Like, obviously, you're not profiting on all that. But my point being here is like, there is a lot of money to be made there. And people are going to have, of course, take advantage of it. Ideally, it should be getting better, but it is probably the thing that has plagued us the most when it comes to developing talent, because the same way, like with hockey, buying equipment's expensive as fuck. Same with lacrosse. I've heard people talking about like buying equipment's expensive as fuck, where someone's like, well, if my kid plays basketball, I just have to buy him a basketball and take him to the park. If you want to play football, right? Like you show up to practice and almost every team provides pads. You're not buying pads. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Where soccer, you don't really need a lot of equipment, but because those best teams are so exclusive, they made it so expensive, and it's always just been a robbery. Soccer's always supposed to be a game for like the poor and middle class, and unfortunately, it became kind of a rich man's game. And that we did like, there's tons of talent. We know this from like the area we grew up in. Like you go to Newark, you go to Elizabeth, areas that are lower income. You know, if you probably walk through the streets, you can find 5 better kids than on any of those academy teams that can never afford to play for those teams because of the prices. I mean, I have kids on some of my rec teams that won't pay for their jersey because, like, yeah, it's just too expensive. It's like the jersey, man, on a rec team, So a little bit of a state of the game, and good players too.
I'll also add that if your kid is really that good, the teams will find a way to make sure that you don't
That is
have
true.
to pay that money. Like, if your kid is like the next Messi or the next, I don't know, like, I don't want to use like a Weston McKinney or Tyler, a guy that,
Pulisic.
yeah. If your kid's gonna like have a future in the game as a professional and he's 15, 16 years old, the academy's not gonna say we need 10 grand from you if you can't
Right.
afford it. They're gonna say we'll subsidize that. Just play on our team. They are changing the college system. I know it's not necessarily pay for play, but the college system is now going to be a year-long table. So like instead of the Big East per se, it's going to be like the Northeast region. And it's going to be like a table of like, here's the top end. Like you have your Georgetowns, you have your Princetons. Second group would be like a Seton Hall, St. John's. and there's going to be like promotion relegation within college, and the season's going to last a year. And then a rumor that
Mm.
yeah, so it'll be more European, the college model. Um, and then another rumor that I've been hearing, I don't think they've instituted it yet, is basically, you know how like Sherry, when we went to college, there's like a 28-year-old German guy that's playing center back for Seton Hall or whatever. They're basically getting the rumor is that they're going to be getting rid of that. Like there's now going to be like an age
Stronger
restriction.
limits. Yeah. Limits on
Yeah,
age and
like
also like limits on how many foreign players you can have. They're trying to make it more
yeah.
American and give Americans a pathway that way because there is a draft in the MLS and no one watches college soccer because of like we're talking about like you have guys come over at 24 years old who are a freshman playing against an 18-year-old from Minnesota. You know, like that just went to high school and has never played competition like this. So,
Yeah.
but it should be entertaining. Going off what Pooch said, what's going to be really cool is they're going to do, like you said, Pooch, a pro rel. So you're trying to move up the divisions
Mhm.
essentially or the regions. But then on top of it, there will still be a Big East tournament. So you'll go
Yeah.
back and everyone will play like their tournament to like just, I don't know if that's to get you into like March Madness or not, you know, like their version of it, but it should be really entertaining. I think it's going to be something that like people actually start to tune in for because it's the closest thing to pro rel we have until like USL does it or MLS does it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, have you guys seen like, I think it was Malcolm Gladwell did it. It was some European country he looked into where it's like how they set up youth soccer and it's like from ages like 3 to 7, they play like 5-on-5. There's no goalies,
Mhm.
no parents at practice, whatever. And then like, 7 to 11, I want to say it's like half size field, refs, but no score, no standings, still no parents at practice. And I was like, the state of youth sports, like not just soccer, everything in US is absurd compared to that. Like,
They've already taken steps like for like when we grew up, it was always 11v11 your entire
Mhm.
life outside of like when you're like in preschool. But now like my U9s play 7v7. And they play, and like then I think my U11s play 9v9, and then U13 you finally get to the 11v11 because in Europe they're like every kid should just touch a ball as much as possible. You
Yeah.
know, it doesn't make
And
sense.
I don't know if they still do this, Ethan, but I remember when I was like leaving high school and I was like coaching and roughing still, that there was a rule implemented for that youth soccer where in the past it's like you're playing on the small sided field or whatever. Like it's still like Ethan said, like an 8v8, 9v9. Clearly they've changed the numbers to even less, but you'd be able to punt it. But when I was like ending like coaching and like reffing, they changed the rule to then say like goalies can only pass out of the back.
Yeah,
Like
there's a build out line.
yeah, like the attackers have to be like behind a certain line, which is farther back than the goal box, and allow the other team to build up with passing instead of just being like boot the ball. So they're
Yeah,
trying to definitely make it more of that European, but then of course I don't think you're ever going to get rid of like no parents on the sidelines
yeah.
because American youth sport parents are crazy.
They're all helicopter. But yeah, like Pooch said, like there's a build out line now. Everything's about like kids like passing the ball, moving it. The one cool thing, and it's interesting because initially I was like pretty anti it, but looking back, like I've kind of come around on it, is back in the day it was all about like everyone wanted to like, all right, like you need to learn how to pass and move and work as a team. But the problem is what they've found is it's great to pass and move, but we want to develop dribblers. You know, like you want to develop a team full of dribblers that
yeah.
as they get older, like now, okay, you have a center back that's like super good playing on the ball. That even if you always need to be able to dribble, essentially, it's like having a center in the NBA that can't dribble. It's like, what are you talking about? And obviously, yes, he doesn't have to be the best on the team at
Or
it.
even shoot threes. Like
Right,
it's
right.
like
It's the exact same idea. Like they need to be like well rounded, and when you just teach them to pass and move, you're going to probably win some games, and it's a good idea. But you are now like stifling these kids' ability to grow and like get better, and it stifles our actual talent as it comes up because they're just not. You don't have these elite players like you do in other countries because they don't stop them. It's not, hey, you need to pass more. It's, hey guys, where can the rest of us get into space so little Dan Capucci can pass to us, right? Or hey, all right, you did an amazing dribble. Like, what's the end product now? And instead, so like promoting that. And at first, I was like, no, fuck that. Like, I'm a Barca guy. Like, pass and move the whole thing. But now I'm like, yeah, like it's fucking sick that I have a team full of 10 kids that know how to dribble the ball and can dribble past everybody, and as they get older, like they can figure out how to pass and move. Like passing's still important. We teach technique, but it shouldn't be just everybody passing the ball and trying to play like prime Barcelona, because that's not going to help anybody anywhere. That was the answer to
It's
your question.
exciting.
I have a question for you,
Mhm.
Mr. Sherry.
Okay.
After your questions, is there a country whose fans you really want to / are hoping to run into and like hang out with?
But we don't have a game here. We got nothing.
I know, but just if you like, I don't know, come up to New York City or go down to, I don't know, are they playing games in Charlotte? I had zero clue.
No.
I think we got Charlotte. Yeah.
Philadelphia, like a hypothetical. It's at the end of the day, if you really want it to be that way. If there's a group of tourists from another country coming to watch the World Cup and you run into them, what group do you want to run into?
And which group do you not want to run into too? You can share that one with us.
Yeah.
Let's see. Running through the list.
He's thinking
Hold on.
real hard
He's
about
thinking
it.
really hard.
He's gone like 3 times through the list. That's crazy.
But is Denmark in here? They're playing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
no, Denmark is not in the World Cup.
They didn't make it?
No, we just spoke about why they were playing a friendly against Ukraine.
Well, all the other teams are playing friendlies.
I guess that's true. Fair enough.
all
Fair
right.
enough.
Well, scratch that then. Damn it. Love to hang out with them. I feel like from a vibe standpoint, you ever seen a Brazilian person in a bad mood?
No.
I feel like all they
Yes,
do is have
Vinicius.
fun.
No, that is
Yeah.
a fair
Well,
point.
he'll be on the field. Brazilian people feel like they have the most fun out of anybody. Good steak, good cocktails, good music. You
think the Brazilians are heading over to Fogo de Chao?
No. That's like me going to Olive Garden. It's like gross.
It'd just be like hilarious. So like imagine they go to Fogo, they're like, we have heard all about this. And they go in there and they have the guy on the meat. They're like, we do not do this in the favelas. We don't go around with fucking meat skewers and hold up signs.
Jimbo, I think that's a great shout for you as an individual. I could see you a little red, from a little sunburnt during the day.
Yeah,
And
the
just,
SPF 100 would be there for sure. I mean,
yeah, but
because I
just
feel like
vibing
they
out.
party for a long time. So yeah, that would have to
Yeah,
be there.
but like I could see you doing the dances to the songs and then accidentally hangover style just end back in a favela, wake up the next morning and you're like, how did TSA let me through? A, B, how am I in a favela? And then C, I think I'm gonna do that thing where I get my hair dyed at the top in the favela
oh yeah.
and like ride a moped and then just live the rest of your days
Get
in a
yourself some
favela.
what are they? Havainas, the flip flops.
Yeah.
Imagine if
yeah.
I'm all stressed and like how am I to get home, but then I could suddenly, how people can juggle without like spinning the ball.
Yeah.
I could do that. I'd be like, you know what? Not so bad.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. What's that song? It's like the yeah, we're gonna get DMCA again. Jim's got the bunda for it too, so he would fit right in there. You put the Brazilian in the BBL. Good stuff there, though,
You ever
Jim.
said to me, thank you.
Jim, we appreciate the questions. Those are all good. And honestly, it's good because, me and Putra and I would be debating some bullshit about who starts at right back now for Brazil about an hour and 5 minutes in. But I think it was good to kind of maybe take our ball knowledge, bring it a little bit more down to ground, back to earth, be able to talk, and also, be able to make sure that maybe any of our new fans, people that maybe don't listen as much soccer, watch as much soccer, we're making sure we appeal to them. Because I've had a lot of people say, Ethan, I support you. I listen to the pod. I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. And you know what? Hand up, that's on us. But that's our job to educate. I think you mentioned that you did have some takes for us too. Do you also have some takes, or was that the first couple of questions you had?
They were all mixed throughout.
Understandable.
My one take right back for Brazil, is Marcelo still playing?
No. Hey, good shout though. I like that. That's ball knowledge.
Do you like Danny Alves, by the way?
Good question.
I don't know who that is.
Great
He
question.
played for
Great response.
Barcelona at La Remontada.
No,
he wasn't there for
we
La Remontada.
only speak of Sergio or Roberto.
Roberto. There you go. Right back.
Mhm.
There you go. That's ball knowledge right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jimbo, enlighten us. Who are you going to be rooting for here in this World Cup? Who are your teams?
Well, I like the U.S.
Understandable.
Good answer.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
No,
Ball
I've
knowledge.
always-
Ball knowledge.
In line with the Brazilians, that yellow, green, blue just really jumps off the screen at you.
You
Pooch,
can't really
mentioned the
hate
Dutch.
Brazil.
Yeah. Pooch, you mentioned the Dutch. That orange comes off the screen. And then Germany. I've always loved their, little tiki. What is it? Tiki taka?
No,
Is
that's
that them?
Spain.
No, no tiki taka. But just the way they play.
They gegenpress.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but yeah, Germany, I love. Fun fact too, I was at my high school job where there wasn't much to do. And and the Wi-Fi was terrible too. So I'm refreshing the Brazil Germany semifinal. And I
Mhm.
literally thought my
Mhm.
phone was broken.
The
'Cause I was so
7-1.
far behind on the actual live stream. So I'm just refreshing it. And I was like, this is like a baseball score. This is crazy. But yeah, I mean, watching them play is beautiful. And I do think I would like to see Mbappe get a second one the
Ugh.
way he plays. But I don't know. I'm open-minded.
You don't want to be Spain?
Yeah, Spain's cool. Bit fun.
You can
What
rock
about
with me.
England?
No, England's probably the one team I'd be like, absolutely not.
Thoughts on Iran?
What about? Oh, we're not gonna get into that.
Sorry, thoughts on Saudi Arabia?
Better question.
Are they in it?
Yes.
How? Are they good?
Ah,
No.
they're okay for the Middle East. You know
Oh, well,
It-
best
that-
of
you know,
luck to them. You know,
that-
I'm
that
an equal
question-
opportunity.
that question you asked us could have been political too. Are they good? I don't really know. I don't know where we
Yeah.
stand with them.
What about Democratic Republic of Congo? You
Good
rocking
question.
with them?
I'm all for it. Yeah.
They have awesome
so,
fans.
Yeah, they have one fan who did get a visa and is coming over. He plays the character of Lumumba, not a character, but the leader that created the Democratic Republic of Congo, basically. But he stands still for the entire match, win or lose. He just stands there with his hand up like this on a platform for the entire match. And they lost, I believe, on a last second goal or penalties in the AFCON quarterfinals in January. And it was the first time in history he just fell backwards. And he fell backwards and all of the fans just held him up like he was crowd surfing. But he was so distraught of the loss, he finally just went backwards. But they have great fans there for the
Great
That's why you need
vibes.
real fans. No suits.
Exactly.
Suits would have dropped them.
100%.
I had one other team. Oh,
Yes.
the Cote d'Ivoire. This is fun to say.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes. The Ivory Coast. They're always a fun team. Again,
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
fun orange jerseys. Back in the day, you had Didier Drogba running it for them. Yeah,
Chelsea legend.
this is probably the most anti-Chelsea podcast you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry,
we-
Rubes.
We ran a bit for I think 4 straight episodes where we kept talking about how we were going to have a special Chelsea segment, and we just purposely wasted Chelsea fans' time and never talked about Chelsea. Our goal was just for them to keep listening, waiting for the Chelsea bit, and they did not like that. But that is what is your club team? Do you have a club team that you rep?
No, not particularly.
So you're on the
Swansea.
market. You're a free
Oh,
agent.
yeah. When me and Harubi made our FIFA Dynasty, we brought Swansea to the promised land.
The Swans.
The second I graduated, I didn't have a Ruby in my ear telling me what to do. Number one, getting transfer players is harder because, tapping into Harubi's knowledge of random 17-year-olds from all over the world versus, trying to get what's his name, Haaland is not as fun. And then also,
Understandable.
I didn't know the other tasks. So we kept winning the Champions League, and I got fired because I didn't build out the youth academy. So then I had to find another team. So I haven't really played since. So Ruby, thank you
Understandable.
for Swansea greatness. But
Well, it means you're a free agent then. We're gonna have to.
yeah, I'm open-minded.
As much as I'd love to convince you to join my teams, I feel selfish doing that. But I also,
Agreed.
yeah, okay, good. I just didn't want Pooch to make you an Arsenal fan because that would fucking suck. So I think we're gonna find you a really good team. We're gonna find you a Sherry team, a team. Oh, maybe Marseille. Mason Greenwood is very similar to Josh Jacobs.
Is that the president of our fraternity?
No.
Mason
Mason Greenwood?
Who was the kid who was president of Fidel?
Mason Walzak. That is a sentence that's never been read.
The only thing you got right there was the first name. A very
There's a lot of
common
people named
first
Mason.
name.
The look on your face was
Yeah.
terrifying too. You're like, yeah, maybe Marseille or Villarreal, Thomas Partey, similar to Josh Jacobs. So
I could see Sherry being a cherry.
oh, it's a good time to get
Bournemouth?
on the Bournemouth up the cherries.
Bournemouth.
They have this kid named Eli Junior Krupi. He's a dog.
A solid name. I asked Pooch last time we were in New York together about Chivas USA, and I guess they're not kicking it anymore.
No, Chivas unfortunately is they're Chivas Mexico.
Cross them off the list.
Are they even still? What did happen to Chivas USA?
I think they just folded.
Why did
I don't think they had enough money.
But why did they have a team?
Owen,
Owen.
Can you go to Carson, California for me, Owen, and figure out what happened to Chivas USA? All right, I'll hang up and listen.
Computer, figure out what happened to Chivas USA.
Computer, wish Owen a happy pride. Yeah, I mean, other than that, World Cup preview, I think it's time for us to get into our bracket. So, Sherry, we're going to have you help us out here. We have done our group stage. Pooch, how do we want to do this? Do we want to go through our own brackets? We're going to share our bracket challenge, the Class's permanent bracket challenge. We're going to go through FIFA. I know we said, I think we were going to do ESPN last time. We didn't like it. But do we want to use what
ESPN was way too convoluted. It had like 2 different challenges.
Yes.
Do you want to share your screen?
Yes, we can share our screen, and we will go over our group stage picks again. And by that, I mean, we're just going to make our picks again.
Yeah, because I forget. Off the top.
Okay. Can you guys see this all right?
Yep.
Perfect.
First one's correct. B is correct. C is correct. D, we had USA over Turkey.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that, but that's okay.
Group E, we had Germany over Ecuador.
Correct. Netherlands
Group
over
F,
Sweden.
correct. That one correct.
Belgium, Egypt, Iran, Spain, Uruguay, Saudi. I think we had Cabo Verde ahead of them, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Neither team's going to be our third place.
France, Senegal, yep. Argentina, Algeria, yep. Portugal, no, we had Colombia in 4th.
You had Colombia in 4th.
No, we had them in 4th. We did have them in 4th.
This is one of
and then
Pooch's worst
Croatia, I think
over
we
Ghana.
had in 2nd. Yeah.
Alrighty, and then our third place teams, I have here Japan, Austria, Norway, Czechia. I don't think we had Bosnia as a third place team. I think we probably had Ivory Coast. Am I wrong about that?
Nope,
and then,
correct.
Do we have Ghana as the other third place?
It was either Ghana or Iran, realistically.
I think let's go with Ghana. I'm not putting fucking Iran.
Okay, don't reset. Don't reset.
That's on me. Hand up. That's on me.
Don't reset.
That's on me. Alrighty. Round of 32, game 1. So we have here, interesting, Germany versus the Ivory Coast.
I think Germany, right?
I agree. Next one.
Great uniform matchup right there.
This can't be right. How is France playing Norway? I guess you know what? It can be right because this is yeah.
It's the official FIFA website too.
You're so right. We will take France there. Korea or Canada?
Ooh.
I want to take
rocking
the
with the Canadians.
Let's do
Canada 3, Korea 2. Book it. Earmark this. Hour 16.
Computer, earmark that for him.
Computer, clip this. We got one game right. Netherlands versus Brazil.
I mean, you know who I'm gonna pick. I'll give it up to you two to figure it out, but I do think Netherlands.
I tend to agree with Pooch here, but I also feel like I'm undervaluing Brazil. So I'm going to throw this over to Jimbo. That's why we got him on the show.
I want to be put in this position. I mean, if we're partnering with the Brazilians, we got to rock with them.
Yep. And Urian Timber's out, and Pooch based his entire Netherlands thing off them. So you got to go that way. Yeah. There's no way that this
Democratic Republic of Congo
versus Croatia, that's possible.
Yeah.
It's a 2 versus 3. I guess it is. I'm taking Croatia.
Yeah. No.
Fine. I will give you this one.
Yes. Thank you.
Taking Spain.
Yep.
There's no
Spain over Algeria.
Wait, have you guys seen Obsession, the movie?
I have not yet.
No.
That's what Pooch sounded like, though, right?
Yeah.
No. Oh, that's because I did not pick all our teams here. Who do you want to be our 8th team here, Pooch? I think Iran, right?
Yeah, I think it has to be Iran.
If they let me pick it. The website is fully crashed. This is awesome.
Try and see if you can pick Paraguay.
We're good.
No,
We're
there
good.
it goes.
Next. Pick knockouts.
Pick knockout.
Okay, we're
Okay.
good. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. USA
Wait,
versus.
switched a little bit. It switched a little bit. Go
Did
up.
it? No,
Yeah,
nothing
go
changed.
up. Germany, Scotland.
Okay, I'm still going that way.
Yeah, it's still going Germany. Yeah.
USA versus Austria.
Austria, USA.
I'm taking USA here. Belgium versus Czech Republic. I'm taking Belgium.
Belgium.
All right. Oh my God, this is gonna be a Timmy Tourette's game.
Hey, sneaky good French fries in Belgium too. You wouldn't think it, but delicious. If you ever get a chance.
Papas.
I
Papas
only worried about the waffles, and Pooch made me actually eat chicken tenders, 2 chicken tenders as quickly as possible, and I burnt the roof of my mouth. That's how quickly I ate them. Yeah. Morocco versus Sweden. I'm taking Morocco. I do not believe in the Swedes. Ecuador versus Senegal.
Once again, I'll leave this up to you guys. I'm rocking with Senegal.
You know, we need this because look what this matchup is next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In New York, that might have to be a game we go to.
If you buy us tickets, I'll go.
Oh man.
In Mexico, I think Mexico's going to win in Mexico City against Ivory Coast. England versus Norway. Give me the English.
England.
Argentina versus Uruguay. Give me Argentina.
Yep.
Turkey versus Egypt. Give me Turkey.
Yep.
And by the way, if you have any thoughts, Jim, feel free to jump in here. We're fully open to all ideas.
I'm with it.
Switzerland versus Iran.
Switzerland.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Portugal versus Ghana. Give me the
Portugal.
Portuguese. All right, we're going to do this in reverse order. Portugal versus Switzerland. Give me the Portuguese.
Portugal.
I think this will be a really tough game, though.
Mhm.
Argentina versus Turkey. Give me Argentina. Mexico versus England. In Mexico.
So this
It's
one,
Mexico. This is the one. This is the
You
one,
think
boys.
this is the one.
That's the
So-
over 2.5.
Yeah.
This is in
my-
Mexico City.
Yes.
Yeah. And
they're going to be like.
Jimbo, just a little bit of history. I think the last time England played in Mexico City for the World Cup, Maradona did the hand of God against England, and they went to the final because of it. So there are some demons there in Mexico City for the
We're
English.
going with
skeletons.
Mexico. Viva Mexico. Morocco, Senegal.
Senegal. BTA Senegal. BTA Senegal.
Who gets revenge? But I will go with Pooch here to be nice. Jimbo, what do you think?
I don't know. I just learned about this lore 30 minutes ago, but I'm just hoping for a
Still
great game.
digesting it.
I'm just excited it's a possibility.
Who's
in our home
Mom Donnie
state?
rocking with? Isn't Mom Donnie Moroccan?
I don't know.
Thought he was like from Zimbabwe, or not from.
No, he lived in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Let's look at. I thought
I
Mom Donnie.
didn't want to Obama anybody there for a second.
How do you spell Mom Donnie? Oh, I got it. He picked Morocco to win the whole thing, and he said, "Let's go with the heart," and picked Morocco.
Yeah, no, I gotta go Senegal.
Are you disavowing Mom Donnie right now?
No, I rock with Mamdani,
Mm.
but I think Senegal is getting their revenge.
Mm.
Morocco technically in FIFA's books got the trophy,
Okay.
but Senegal won the game.
Okay. USA,
That
Belgium.
tracks.
Give me the U.S. here.
Yeah,
Give me the
in
U.S.
Seattle,
Oh.
sleeping in Seattle.
Spain
Ooh.
over Congo.
Yeah,
Thank you for everything. Oh, you can't give me a Spain USA game. That's going to kill me.
Yeah,
Canada, Brazil. I think this is the end of the road for
Brazil.
Canada.
Brazil.
Yeah. And then we have Germany, France. Give me France. I honestly almost made an argument for Germany to beat Scotland. Scotland to beat Germany. But we could be realistic.
Yeah.
France versus Brazil. I'm taking France here.
In Boston too. Yeah,
I don't know what that has to do with anything. Spain, USA. This is when
it's
Lamine
gonna be
Yamal
cold.
shows Anthony Robinson level. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what that means. In Boston,
I don't know either.
I don't know what you wanted me to think about that. The Brazilians don't rock with Boston, I guess. I took Spain over the USA. You're never going to get me off that. Senegal or Mexico in Miami.
Senegal.
Oh my God, we have Senegal in the semifinals. Portugal over Argentina, I think.
Yeah.
All
Portugal.
right.
Better food.
I like Jim on the little delay after we've agreed on it. Portugal. Thanks for agreeing there, Jim. Appreciate you. France versus Spain. You're not going to get me off this. España. Fucking boppers. Senegal versus Portugal.
Like the Senegalese in this game.
You just want Senegal to win the whole thing.
I do.
It's like
No.
I think
It's going to be Portugal. It's going to be
Portugal, yeah.
Yeah.
And then give me Spain over Portugal. BTA to our Iberian brothers.
I-
Sosa, this is
I
a shot at
don't-
you. Sosa,
I
this is a
don't
shot at you.
100% agree.
Sosa, this is
I
a shot
don't
at you.
agree.
We coming
I
for that
don't
ass.
agree.
We coming
I
for
think
that ass,
Portugal-
Sosa.
I think
We coming
think
for them
Ronnie
ass.
gets it. I think Ronnie gets it.
Ronnie don't get
but-
shit. Ronnie's so ass. Sosa, we coming for that ass though. Yeah.
Don't love the way you said that, but
Tell Sosa to shoot back. Tell him he's coming for my ass.
Hey, bookmark this.
What?
I'm just going to cut off whatever was going on. 1 hour, 23, 33 seconds at 1-1. Goes PKs, 5-3 Spain.
Thank you. Yes. Vamos,
Ooh.
vamos, Jim. Jim, if Spain make the final, you're welcome at the tapas. Okay?
Ooh, pan con tomate?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, tortilla
real
española.
quick,
Mm.
isn't the last day of your bachelor party when we're all driving back the day of the final, Jim?
Yeah.
Correct.
So maybe
So-
we'd have to veer off somewhere and get some jamon iberico.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Or I go to my house and lock myself in my basement and watch it in pure solitude because I'm extremely superstitious and terrified that if we lose, Pooch will be mean to me because I was mean to him when Arsenal lost the Champions League. I'm actually not scared of that. We would put belt to ass on Portugal, belt to ass on those little brothers.
Yeah,
Sorry.
if I'm getting a whole Iberico ham, I'm going to need to split it because it's very expensive. So the more the merrier, honestly. Yeah, Ethan, we couldn't not have you there.
Is that a big back joke? Like when Pooch invited me to his trivia night on Wednesdays in Morristown, and then they always just turn to me about food questions, like how many potatoes does Lay's use in a year to make all their chips? The whole table turned to me.
And you got the question right.
Okay, you know, fuck me, man. It was a random guess, but listen, man, it was a good guesstimate, but whatever,
It was a
man.
great guesstimate.
Fuck
Wait,
my
how
life.
close were you?
I think I was within like 10,000.
It was like 530,000 pounds, and Ethan is like 520,000. He
do you want me
couldn't
to-
be more accurate if he tried.
It was horrible too because the whole table looked at me like I have like that type of stat on me, and I was just like, all right, I see how things go here. There was also a Jewish question.
I don't even think they looked at you from like a fat joke standpoint. I think your trains of thought are so absurd sometimes that like they probably believe you Googled that before.
Low
So you
key,
start a conversation.
Jimbo, that was the thinking. Was we have a history of cheating in this trivia league. So
Yeah.
there was a thought process that Ethan, look it up on your phone, and the minute we all turned to him before we could even get out the words, he goes, "Oh, is it because I'm big? You guys think I'm gonna know this question?" We were like, "No," but now that you're saying it, can you like think of one?
Yeah.
yeah, that league needs a little bit better security. Because I go to the bathroom about 37 times during it and just look up answers.
Yeah. Well, last week Hansel was just straight up pulling out his phone at the table and going, "I think it's B" out loud as his phone is out.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they don't really care, man. I think
No.
you guys still came in 17th. So that, a little bit of skill issue. But
We changed the name to Sherry's Heroes this year, and we came in 14th out of 22 teams week 1, and then last week 7th out of 20.
all right, we're on the way
Well,
up.
Last
Up
week
the
was the
heroes.
week. Yeah, last week was
The
the week
heroes.
we cheated a lot. So
Okay, hey, just got to do
You
what you
ain't
got to do.
cheating, you ain't trying.
That's what
That's
I've
my
been saying.
thought.
But honestly, boys, I don't really have much more. We're very excited
No.
about the World Cup. There's going to be a lot of stories that come out. Jimbo, we absolutely loved having you here on this show with us. We're going to be getting a lot more Jimbo. Jimbo's just getting his feet wet with us. He just dipped his feet in the pool. He did not know what to expect today. He's obviously been an avid listener, but he's never been, on the other side of it. He's never been in the arena, the man in the arena. I can't speak right now, so I'm going to pass it over to Jim, and we're going to wrap this thing up.
Hey, thanks for having me, lads. Feel like we only had 2 cuts in there out of an hour and a half. It's an all-time record for us 3, but that was an absolute pleasure. I'm going to do some research on the AFCON final.
Please do.
Sounds like a movie. Iberico Ham, July 18th. Get it ready. And yeah.
And the BBC documentaries.
Which ones?
The hooligan BBC documentaries.
Thank you
I
for the
forgot to add
clarification.
hooligan.
Happy
in
Pride.
front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Also,
yeah, sure.
Also, real quick, Ethan's gonna put our bracket challenge
on Instagram.
On Insta. So please, if you're still listening at this point, sign up and join the fun. Join the pool.
Remember, there is a prize for the winner.
Free to play, prize at the end. What's
Yes.
better than that?
But there is a pay to play model. If you pay us, we'll give you insider tips, and we will allow you to submit multiple brackets because we are desperate for money. And that's why you brought Jim on, because maybe his good looks will get us an OnlyFans deal or something like that. Thank you again. That being said, another awesome episode. Enjoy 6-9 day. We love you. Class is permanent. Form is temporary. See you guys soon.